try to diss me.
Nah, nigga. Anyway, we're live, man.
We're live. Don't make me expose you now. Don't make me expose you now.
Hey, point the other way. Your image is mirrored, so you're pointing at Tiny right now. Point the other way.
Don't make me expose you now.
Oh, that's too much. Welcome back to Don't Gas. I'm losing my mind here, man. Welcome back to Don't Gas. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and everything else. Okay, welcome back everyone to Don't Gas, another episode. Gonna talk all things football today. So close to the start of the season. It's probably gonna be a couple of football podcasts that we're gonna do in the lead up to that. So who we got with us? We've got Blunt with us. Nice one. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. How's everyone?
Yeah, man. Good, bro.
Good,
Got JD.
Sir.
Yes. We've got Tiny Godfather.
Blessings, man, them.
And welcome back to Triller.
Well, go on, people.
Yeah. Oh man, there better not be no funny pyramid with a funny ass kind of thing. We don't do that around here, bro.
I'm trying to get us to blow in it. I'm trying to get the Illuminati on side. You get me? You have to do some type of. You get me? Get them on side, man.
Well, throw out the diamond. Okay, so I want to start by talking about. We were going to go into some transfers about kind of who needs a striker, but since writing the agenda, there's been a here we go. So we know Sesko looks like he's definitely on his way to United, which I don't think anyone's surprised. I don't think there was going to be much competition between going either to there or Newcastle. JD called that on our Don't Gas the Badge pod on Tuesday. But all I want to know is who's really kind of signed the best attacking players this summer. So I'm just going to run through some of the names that have. I'm not going to name everyone, but I'll name some of the players that have come in, attacking players. So Arsenal have got Gyökeres and Madueke. Chelsea have got João Pedro, Gittins, and Delap. Liverpool, Wirtz and Ekitike. There's a question mark on Isak, but that's looking like it might happen as well. Shirky for Man City. Buemo, Cunha, Sesko, Man United. You got Elanga who went to Newcastle and Kudus who went to Spurs. You could probably add Tell to that, but he was there last season, so I'm not going to count him. Triller, start with you and see if you're going to be biased. Who's had the best attacking window this summer?
I think Liverpool have had the most exciting. Like, it's exciting. But I don't like. I've only seen Ekitike play 2 times. I've seen him play against Tottenham, and I see him play against the England under-21s for France. He scored in both games. I think to be real, I think Man United. That's why I said in one of our chats. I was like, I can seriously see Man United finishing in the top 5, especially if they get Belabor.
Yeah, that would be a signing and a half. That would be a signing and a half. But I heard the rumors on him as well. So who do you think needed the forwards the most, Tiny? Who needed these forwards more than anybody else out of the forward players or attacking players that they've signed?
Man United, we was 15th last season, bro. I don't know where all of this faith came from and top 5 and all of that talk. Yeah, but personally, Man United definitely needed the strikers the most because goals is a myth at Old Trafford at the moment. And yeah, we still got that manager, so I'm not sure about finishing all the 5th and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it should be better than last season.
Do you know? Let me go before you ask the next question.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you know why I think they can finish top 5? Because obviously, like Villa, Newcastle, Who else was in around the top? I just don't think them teams are going to be as strong. I think they're all going to have problems. And I think Tottenham and Man United will both rise up the table this year.
Yeah, I think so. I think both of them will.
I definitely think we'll rise up the table, but I don't know if we're better than the bunch behind that. I think there's a few more better. Plus the manager, I don't have no faith in him. He finished 15th in the league. I can't see that if Man United could afford it, he would have been sacked.
I was about to ask you that. Would you have got rid of him? But clearly you would have.
It's with the Sesko guy, though. I mean, obviously, I hadn't looked at his stats before, but he scored something like 8 goals last season in the Bundesliga.
13.
No, 8 goals that weren't penalties. 8 goals from.
Oh, that weren't penalties. Okay.
Yeah, 13 goals in total, but 8 goals that weren't penalties. So, what's he going to?
He's a prospect, isn't it? He seems decent in terms of how he plays and all of that stuff. But
Højlund was a prospect too. You are bringing this guy in. He scored 8 goals from open play last season in a weaker league. He's coming to the Premier League. So I don't know what you think he's going to do at Man United, because the team behind him still kind of poor. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what it is with him? When Arsenal were looking at Sesko, one of the things they said about him is that he's got a high ceiling. So I don't think United are expecting miracles maybe immediately from him, but he's one that they can kind of build the team around. If he's got that much
build the team around him.
That was the reason for Cunha and
Højlund. What are you talking about? Like, so they can't spot prospects, right? They don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but we can't afford to really go and get the man at the moment. You know them ones. So we've got to deal with prospects at the moment, because we can't really afford to be.
I hear that, but what I'm saying is, like, okay, this guy's a prospect, cool. But what I'm saying is 8 goals from open play in a weaker league. You're coming to the Premier League now, like, there's less time on the ball. Like, you ain't got the space. So I don't know what you think.
Hasn't he got a similar record to Ekatike though? How many did Ekatike score in the Bundesliga last season?
15.
Similar
15
numbers.
Goals.
15 goals.
Two more than Sesko.
Listen, like, I've not really seen Sesko play, so I can't say that. But what I'm saying, I saw Ekatike against Tottenham, and he looked good. He looked quality. Like, you know what I'm saying? His link up play, his movement on and off the ball. Like,
Tottenham finished 17th last season, bro.
And the difference is okay, but
it wasn't hard to do good against Tottenham.
Beat you in that final though, anyway. But let's park that. But
no, but
I was waiting for this to come up.
I'm not reflecting anything that Man United was good, but you're saying,
do you know what's funny,
17th position Tottenham, he done well against. Do
you know what Tottenham fans sound like right now? I've got to say this. Tottenham fans sound like you know that broke ass dude who's only got one good pair of trainers and he wears them every single day. It's like you win one trophy and you have to mention it every opportunity you get. No one else does that.
About the trophy.
I'm just gonna say that.
Forget the trophy. Okay, I won't mention it again. But we beat Man United 4 times. So to say to look good against us easy. Well, you didn't do it.
No, but Man United's been poor. I've clearly been saying it. No denial. Okay. We've been poor, and you're boasting about beating a poor Man United team. It makes no sense.
I'm not boasting. What I'm saying is Ekatike is coming into a strong team. He's coming into something that's like he's not going to be depended on. They can put him on a bench. You got to bring in Sesko. You got to play him from the off. He has to play.
Your team's strong. Tottenham's strong.
Huh?
So Tottenham's team strong. Oh, Liverpool.
Team. Liverpool's team is strong. Yeah, Liverpool's team is strong. So Ekatike is coming into something where he's not depended on. If he's on a bench, Liverpool can cope with that. You don't need to play Sesko straight away. You need him to hit the ground running, and his goal record.
Not really, because Cunha, the other 2 signings are the proven guys in the Premiership.
I'm just gonna move a question onto Blunt. I think I've heard about enough about United and Tottenham for 1 year. Blunt, out of the players that are mentioned there, who is getting the most goals? Do you think? Anyone?
I would agree with 20 plus? Do you know what? I'll agree with Triller, because Man United, the other people coming in are unknown quantities in the league. At least like Man United know that they've gone and got players that we know can do it in that league. But if Isaac signs for Liverpool, I think he'll be the standout one. I think he'll get more goals than Sesko, Gorkas, and whatnot. But it's like you say, it's no unknown quantity. Like I agree with JD. They probably do need him to hit the ground running because you've got the other guys coming in, but they're not out and out centre forwards, and you need your centre forward to be on the game if you are going to climb the league from 15th to top 5.
But you got Mbeumo. Mbeumo scored in a Brentford side. Scored how many goals last season? 19.
Yeah, 19.
Why can't he do that at United?
Yeah, he might be able to do it at United, but like the Man United, the Man United I'm seeing from the last couple of seasons, they've not been overly prolific, have they?
Okay, you said why can they not do it?
They're not creating. They haven't created enough chances.
One at a time. Say it again. Go on, JD.
I was going to say that.
Why can't he do it at Man United? Because Man United are not playing the same formation. He's not necessarily going to be the main man at Man United.
Yeah.
He won't be taking penalties or free kicks because Bruno's going to be taking them. So that's going to take away from his 19 goals.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Brentford, the team was built around him, and they were playing to his strengths. Man United, it's not going to be like that. So, do I expect him do I expect him to get 19 league goals this season? Absolutely not. No.
Do you know what? Just to back it up there, JD, and sorry to shit on your team here, but just to back that up perfectly, Solanke got 19 goals for Bournemouth, went to Tottenham and got 9 in 27. It depends on the size of the fish and the size of the pond.
Yeah, that's a good example. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. What about you, Triller? Who do you think's getting the most goals out of them? Do you reckon, is there any 20 plus out of those names that have been confirmed?
I actually think that the men like Kuna and Mbeumo could surprise you lot because they ain't never had someone supplying them like Bruno at their teams, at their previous teams. They ain't never had someone making chances like that. And he has, even though Man United have been poor, he has still been making chances. Just Hoyland's been fluffing and Xerxes been fluffing. So they could surprise you. I'm telling you, I'm looking at Man United. I'm also looking at Chelsea. Man United and Chelsea, they look like they've done good business to me.
I mean, Chelsea could be a problem, but Man United, I'm not convinced.
What Trimmer there's just saying, by the way,
baby,
sorry.
You know I don't like Man United, guys, so even me, you know I don't like Man United.
Let me just read the comment out. Hold on, because we are getting comments here. We've got Trimmer there saying that he thinks that Bruno's going to be the plug. Probably should be a pause at the end of that line, Triller. But
definitely a pause.
sorry. Go on. You were saying.
You leaving the floor too?
Yeah, go Triller, man. Yeah, what were you saying? Go on.
Like, I don't like Man United, so me giving them a props, like it's coming through gritted teeth. Trust me. Like, I can't stand United, so but I'm giving them their props. They've done good business this summer. Especially
I still think they need a lot more though. I kind of agree with JD. I think if you look beyond the forward players and Bruno, it's a bit like I don't know. I feel they need at least 2 centre backs.
Listen, until Anana's out of there, I can't see those helping us, bro.
I forgot about Anana, man. Yeah, that's another thing. Is I think you need a decent keeper, man. Definitely.
Chelsea got top 4 with Sanchez in goal, and he's just as bad. They can do it, man.
I don't know if he is just as bad.
Okay, look at this. Okay, the Premier League starts in what, just over a week now, right? Yeah.
And
Man United gonna sign like a goalkeeper, 2 centre backs, and a holding midfielder before the Premier League starts. If not, they're not gonna they might finish top 10.
Okay. They need a left back as well.
JD, I'm with you there, bro. Top 10
last season. Top 10 is a possibility, but I don't see Man United personally finishing any higher than 8th. And 8th will be
it could be one of those seasons where they score a lot of goals but concede a lot as well.
Yeah,
it could be like that.
I think Man United's main problem will be? is either selling the players that they don't want, like Garnacho, Sancho, all them players, getting rid of them, and getting rid of them,
Sancho's gone still.
or integrating
He
them
was.
back into the team. If they could integrate them back into the team
You know
and get
what?
some type of form out of them,
Sancho's
telling you.
gone Juve, and
He's on Juve. I would have taken Sancho at Tottenham. I would have taken him. I don't know what your manager's on. Like, I don't know what like how he can't work with him or like get him on side and try and get
nah,
the best
but you
out
know
of him.
what? Some
would take
players
Sancho.
at the team, innit? Like, I don't know what it is with Sancho, but he's had his issues at United and he's done with them, innit? He's not playing the kind of ball that we know that he can. Do you know them ones? So it's
I think the
pointless
bridges are
trying
burned
to.
at United. They're burned.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He
it's
may as well look somewhere else, and I think United probably better off without him anyway.
it's
I just
pointless. There's no
want
point.
to move on to another troublesome player now. I was going to move on to another troublesome player, Dele Alli. He's thinking of retiring at 29. He's been banished from the Como team. I've been trying to find out exactly what's gone on. I know that in his last game, which would have been in March, he came on for 10 minutes and got sent off or something. Or he came on and within 10 minutes got sent off. Hasn't played a game since. He's been forced to train by on his own now. Why is it that these issues seem to follow him everywhere he goes? Like, what do you? I'm going to go to JD first because he used to play for Tottenham. So that's probably the last time that I thought he was actually there was a player in there was when he was at Tottenham. What is the deal with Dele Alli, do you reckon?
Honestly, it's difficult to say because when Mourinho came to Tottenham, Mourinho talked about how he trained. Before Mourinho came, I didn't really see any problems with Dele Alli. I mean, he was all right for us. He was consistent. Like, he'd have the odd off game and that, but he was effective for us. Like, he was a good player. So I don't know what's happened to him. I just think since Mourinho, some managers and some players just don't gel, and it just went wrong for him from then on.
I mean, I know we've been kind of talked about it a little bit in the group chat, Blunt. What's your take on Dele Alli at the moment? I mean, he's not a kid anymore. He's 29 years old now.
No, that's true. That's true. But also, like we were talking about before, Mourinho said he had two 26-year-old full-blown children, didn't he, at Man United in Lingard and Pogba, the way they acted, and people don't grow up as fast these days. And then it's true to football like any other sector of society. I mean, I until the G-Nev interview, I had no idea the stuff that had gone on in his childhood. Tragic things like that happen. And like I said to you, like things like that, like trauma like that, if it's not dealt with, it's death to the soul, and it will come back at some point in your life. If you don't deal with that level of sort of upset and come to terms with it, then it's going to come back. And like what I think happened is we all seen the footage on the documentary. What was it called? Is it All or Nothing with Mourinho, where he's reading him the riot act. And Mourinho was basically trying to get hold of him and like push him to the next level, which he could have went to. But like you say, if he's still a child in his head because he's still dealing with all that shit from the past, I think that sort of rebellious child, like he spat his dummy out, the toys will come out the pram, and he's never going to find peace anywhere unless he probably confronts what's happened in the past and whatnot.
I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit here. All of us here know some kind of wasted talent, particularly in the London area. There's so much wasted talent. People we grew up with and we knew. Dele Alli had a platform. He was given this big career. He could have really helped himself and helped others. There are people in just exactly the same situation as Dele Alli who don't have that platform, who don't have that money, who don't have that backing, going through the same things. So are we making excuses for him? What do you reckon, Tiny?
People deal with trauma different ways, innit? So I can't say he was wrong or right to deal with it however he's dealing with it. But at the same time, my kind of motto is no one cares, innit? Because as a professional, you've got to deal with certain things, and the fan base and all of that stuff ain't really bothered about what goes on the other side. As long as you're performing and all that stuff, that's all they care about.
That's why you paid the money, isn't it? You paid that level of money to take the abuse from the stands and leave your private life at home, and basically you have to go and perform at the very highest stage in the world. And if you can't do it, then maybe the right thing is for him to just dip out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this, Triller. Yeah, why is it that he was able to perform at a high level though? Because it's not like it's a player who was just a mid player, and now his career's like he was a top player at one point. So how come he could do it then, but all of a sudden now he can't do it? What do you reckon?
When life hits you, man, it hits you. So he could have been on the up, but when he's had these downs, it just goes, it snaps. Like it's like like depression. Some people just get depressed and it's just in their head, like they're in their head. So that's what I say anyway. When life hits you, there's nothing you can do.
I was going to add something because Backstar, we both know, like, I mean, we probably all know people that have played like some professional football, played football to a high level. So with that, football's a small world, and once you get labeled a certain way or tarred with a brush, it's hard to shake that tag. You know what I'm saying? So because I mean, like, nobody's really given Dele Alli a chance to to play and perform again. Like he's not been given a run in any team. Everton didn't play him because they didn't want to pay Tottenham the money for his appearances. After Everton, he went to Turkey. It didn't work out for him. And then obviously at this Como team, again, it's not worked out. But when has he been given a chance to really play football like a run in any team? He hasn't been given that. So
you got to earn that chance, though. You can't just sign for a club and expect to be in the side. You got to earn it.
I'm not saying he can expect to be in his side, but if these teams are signing him, obviously they see something there they want to try and work with, innit? So you have to give him some chance to play. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Let me ask this then.
Listen, I'm not trying to take blame away from him. Like, he's done silly things like that in the Como game, getting sent off and that. Like, he's done silly things. But if you want this man to perform consistently or at a high level, he has to be given a chance to perform.
Okay, let me ask this then, because we've spoken about a lot of the lows there, but if we look at some of the highs that he's had, Harry Redknapp got the best out of him. Do you think it's just a case of he didn't find another Harry Redknapp to work with? Because Redknapp seemed to get the best out of him. He was on top of the world at that point. What do you think?
It was Poch.
Was it Poch?
Some of these players need one of those managers that will actually take them under the wing and like kind of massage their shoulders. Yeah, you're the man, sort of one. No, did you? But you get me? Some of these players need that bit of comfort and for them to perform in it. And I find some managers ain't like that, innit? They're about get your job done, X, Y's, and Z's, and you get me. So maybe Dele Alli needed a manager to actually put the arm over the shoulder and say, you know what, bro, you can do this. You get me? That kind of manager.
Do you know what? I've just seen their comment from Bizzle. So he said when he was a kid, he was obsessed with the game and determined to make it in the Premier League. He grew up here in Milton Keynes, but it was like once he achieved that goal, there was nothing else. And is that a fair comment? Because it could be the case that right, I've made it now. We all know that these young players are given a lot early on in their career. Say it again.
Did he win a trophy?
That might not have been the ultimate goal for him though. Maybe he was just so focused on just making it as a professional when he's gone across that line.
Premier League player,
that's it. I'm done now. Yeah, okay.
I'm done now.
Do something else. Yeah.
I've played for England now. What else is there? And maybe that might be a really good point.
The thing is, as well, though, we grew up watching footballers, and everyone thinks oh God, you'd kill for that opportunity, but everyone's motivated by different things. What is it? The same hot water that softens the carrot boils the egg. Do you know what I mean? Hardens the egg. And like I said, it's sad to believe it, but there are footballers that don't want to get out of bed in the morning and go to training. It just becomes a job to them. You know what I mean? It's not. But then again, you've got your other people that are just literally there waiting for the training ground to be opened so they can just put a shift in and just be the best they can. Everyone's different, and maybe he's not motivated. And I think the reason he probably hasn't had a run in any other teams, nothing to do with what's going on in the field. They're signing him on what they know he's capable of deep down, But then when he actually gets into that arena, into that atmosphere, there's probably things going on in the background, probably his attitude or maybe behaviour, and they're just thinking, you're not getting my team.
I'm gonna finish by saying this on this point. Yeah, this why I'm gonna quote Khabib now, the ex-UFC fighter, where he says motivation comes and goes. There's days where he doesn't want to get up and he doesn't want to train, but he's addicted to what discipline. Discipline could be the issue here, which is what everyone's been saying about him. That could be the case.
I think personally, he just made the wrong move. He shouldn't have gone to Tottenham. He should have come to Liverpool.
Were you in for him as well?
Of course. Steven Gerrard spoke to him, showed him right hand foot, and the dummy chose Tottenham. So I can't even feel sorry for him.
Bit like your brother JD, yeah.
Just like that guy. Just like that guy.
Right. Moving on now. I'm going to move on to the streets won't forget who has forgotten. Now we're going to look at the Milan squad from 0203. You should all remember Milan from back then. But I'm going to give you a little idea of their lineup and let's go through some of their squad actually. I'm going to look at their lineup for the Champions League final. They won the Champions League that year. Wasn't the best final. I think they won on penalties, but the side is crazy. I mean, you've got Dida in goal. You've got Nestor and Maldini at centre back. Costa Curta and Kaladze are the fullbacks. You've got a midfield three of Gattuso, Pirlo and Seedorf. And then you've got Rui Costa playing just behind Shevchenko and Inzaghi. That team is ridiculous. And I would say not even spoken about enough when people are talking about the best sides. How many people really talk about this particular side? I think Rivaldo was there the year before, or was it year after?
No, he came in that year.
Was it that year he came in?
He came in that year, he left Barca, he signed it, yeah.
That side, and I haven't even mentioned some of the other players that they had. Dario Simic, quality player. Who else? Arbiati started there. He was the second keeper, and he was a quality keeper. Serginho was there. Cafu, didn't even mention him. I mean,
he came the year after.
Could that be? I don't know. I'm looking at the 0203 squad here. He's in it. It looks like he was.
I was having a look. I thought it said that he signed in like the summer of 03. So he was there for the 03.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, are there many squads out there better than that? What do you reckon, JD? That you've seen?
I mean, that was a good Milan team, but I think the Milan team in the 90s was better though.
Which one? Which side in the 90s? Are you talking the Hullet and Van Basten side?
Hullet, Van Basten, Savic,
Rijkaard, Baresi.
Yeah, that team was better, in my opinion.
Yeah, that team was crazy.
In what way were they better? In what way were they better?
Like they're much more solid. Like you weren't breaking that team down and attacking. Like Hullet and them man could do everything. That guy on the wing who got the mad injuries, Lentini, bro. But they had
Lentini, top player.
Crazy.
What's his name? Was there? Ancelotti was in that side as well.
Ancelotti was in he was in the back four when he was Baresi in that.
Donadoni, Aranio, Tassotti, Costa Curta.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what? Right, what JD's saying there? Crazy little stat.
Panucci, with the right back, Panucci. Did he go Chelsea? I think. Panucci.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Man.
He went Chelsea.
Serious, man. That's what I'm saying. Maldini was left back those times as well, man. Like you couldn't even get.
The thing is, defensively, they conceded. I think in the space of 2 years or something like that, they conceded about 18 goals or something like that? Ridiculous.
Well,
defensively, they were a lot better. I wouldn't say they were better going forward. I'm not sure they were getting the numbers that Shevchenko and Inzaghi were getting.
They had where's the Bearhoff there?
But you know why?
Listen, George Weah. You didn't even mention George Weah. Who are you talking about? Like George Weah or Inzaghi? Who are you taking? George Weah.
I'm talking about the squad. I'm talking about the squad, though. You're talking about the squad here, yeah? What year? What year was George Weah, and what squad was that then?
In the 90s team. He was there in the 90s.
No, don't give me the 90s team. That's 10 years.
90, it was like 94, 95, 96.
95, 96.
Okay.
That's when he ran the ball in for the pitch, wasn't it, and scored?
Yeah.
We need to talk about the squad here. So if you're going to start quoting people from the 90s, tell me about the squad and we'll compare it.
I'm just saying, I think that Milan team was better. Okay. maybe the 02 or 03 team had a little bit more attacking flair, but if the two teams were against each other, I'd back the 96 team to beat them.
People forgetting Rivaldo joining as well. And Rivaldo, for me, is not spoken about enough when you talk about the top players. You don't often hear people talk about Rivaldo. And he was there as well.
Rivaldo was good, but he was not good for Milan.
Maybe it's because of that dive that he done. When the ball went in his leg.
I was right about this. Yeah. Against Turkey in the World Cup, when the ball hit him on the shin, he went down like he was sniped. I'll give you a bit of context though between them two Milan. Let me just give you a bit of context between them two Milan sides, right? The one that we're talking about from 02, 03, right? They won the Champions League, but they finished third in Serie A, right? The team and the sort of like it wasn't one particular squad, but I know what JD's saying. Like that era where they were under Capello, won 14, I think it was 14 Serie A's on the bounce, with a couple of European Cups thrown in there. And like I say, one season, AC Milan, and then coming out of the late 80s into the 90s when they were under Capello.
They didn't win 14. They didn't win 14.
I thought it was 14 on the bounce.
Not on the bounce, no. They didn't win 14. The team that have won the league the most by far, even if you don't count this current era, is Juve. Juve have won the league way more than any other side in Italy, and I can guarantee you that in that early night, they won it 2 or 3 times in a row, but they didn't win it 14 years in a row. No, definitely not.
But they did win the league one season by only scoring 36 goals, and they only conceded about 6.
That's the season I was talking about.
Listen, do you remember that Milan team pumping Barcelona 4-0 in a European Cup final? Just humiliating Barcelona.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
90 or 91.
Yeah, that was a beating. I remember that. Absolute beating.
Listen, like the early to mid 90s, AC Milan, they were just a beast of a club and a team. And
let me just point out, the topic is streets won't forget, but who was forgotten? That side is not forgotten. That's the point. That side is not forgotten. Everyone remembers them. Everyone bigs them up. I don't think people talk about this side enough. And I feel this was a very, very good Milan side. A very good Milan side. It's easy to compare against others. I think that in some ways that early 90s team was better. Defensively, no doubt. Attacking wise, not for me. I think they had players who had more ability and were better. But like I said, Shevchenko numbers were ridiculous. I think people forget that. Shevchenko's numbers were absolutely ridiculous.
Milan as a club in general. Sorry. I think Milan as a club in general. What's going on?
As long as it's your phone that's dropping and not you, innit?
Do you know, can I just say as well, like, I do think the Milan team that came, like the season and the next couple of seasons after the one we're talking about, when you add Cafu and Kaka to that squad that we've already mentioned from 0203, just strengthened it beyond, but like I say, like I think they were better the couple of years afterwards. Even though they won the Champions League, like I say, it was the shittest Champions League final of all time. I remember switching off and just saying, like, "Oh yeah, first penalty."
Was it the Champions League final against Juventus?
Yeah, at Old Trafford, 0-0.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Hear this, yeah. I want to say the Juventus side that day: Buffon, Tudor, Ferreira, Chiran, Montero. That's the back line. Zambrotta, Davies, Tacanidi, Camoranesi, Trezeguet, Del Piero. You look at these two sides, that should have never been 0-0. They were just overly cautious. You have to remember that the two Italian clubs playing against each other in the Champions League final dare not lose. You have to understand that. Imagine the pressure and the media attention and all that. That none of them wanted to lose more than they wanted to win, I would say. And that's probably why you got your 0-0. But yeah, that was at Old Trafford that game.
That's why football is what the state is
before the roof
because everyone's scared. Everyone's scared of losing more than wanting to win now. That's why it's the style of football you see now is what it is. You've got goalkeepers and centre backs having more touches than the forward players. Boring.
I agree. I'd say it's probably about time now to move on to the Spinaroonie, bringing it back. We had to kind of do a makeshift one last week, but I think we're going to get it back this week anyway. And there's some good categories in there: overrated, underrated, top 3. Leg breakers is another category.
Oh.
There's some good ones in there. So let's see which one we're going to actually get. In the meantime, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. So yeah, there was another Milan side I was going to look at as well, which was the one 07, the one that won the Champions League in 07. They had a decent side as well.
Yeah. I still can't believe they didn't beat Liverpool, to be honest with you, like in 05. Like, I mean, yeah, it was a miraculous comeback, but yeah, in 05, yeah. But like, I mean, do you know what nobody ever mentioned? How far Dudek was off his line when he
yeah, but
he might as well have just ran up and just stood in front of it. Yeah, what?
All keepers did that back then. All keepers did that back then. I don't think he did anything different to anyone else. If you go and look, go back in.
The rule was still you have to be on your line.
I don't care what the rule was. I'm saying what was accepted back then was different. You could get away with it way easier back then than you can now. And every other keeper was doing it. So you can't blame him for doing it. It's the referee's job to make him be on the line.
Yeah. No, I'm not having to go do that. I'm having to go at the official. Like, the penalty should have been retaken. Like, I know it's keepers step off the line, but if you watch how far off his line was, he might as well have been stood on the 6-yard line.
It don't matter anyway because they beat us in the, I think, 2 years later.
Yeah, 2 years later, yeah.
And they shouldn't have won that final. Like, we should have beat them that final, but they won.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But look, it was one of the greatest comebacks in the Champions League, wasn't it? You know, people still talk about it now. That was ridiculous, that game. And I just think Milan got a little bit too cocky. They thought that they had the game won and still have 45 minutes to play. So,
you know what? I don't even think they got too cocky. I think they were so unlucky. That was just our day. Like some of the saves that Dudek made in that game was ridiculous. Like he didn't even need to move. Everything was just hitting him. Nah.
Was the one from Shevchenko like point blank? He made like a double save. Like he literally just like a reflex off his eye.
He didn't even move. It was a double save. It was crazy.
Ridiculous.
It was crazy, man. They were just meant to be. It was Liverpool day that day.
Okay, looking like we're going to have a few technical difficulties with the Spinneroonie at the minute. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pick one. We're going to go with overrated. I want to know ex-players, not current players. What ex-player is the most overrated player that you've seen the Premier League era? JD.
Overrated. There's so many, man. Let me think. Who's one who I think is overrated? The big one, the controversial one, Alan Shearer. Overrated.
Alan Shearer. Ooh.
Yeah. I was going to say Alan Shearer too.
Premier League's all-time top goal scorer. Overrated. Wow. Okay. I'll give you the stage. Why is he overrated?
Okay, like his link-up play was non-existent. Like outside the box, he was terrible. Like, what did he do?
Right.
In the box, like penalties, free kicks.
Let him land.
He could do. Apart from that, he had nothing else. Outside of the box, the guy was useless.
I'll tell you what Alan Shearer could do. And like you say, I'm a Middlesbrough fan. I've got no affiliation with the guy whatsoever. But he could put a cross in better than most of the wingers of the time. If you go back and look at Alan Shearer's crossing at full pelt, at full stride, it was deadly. Like, seriously, like when he was drifting outside, to say his link-up play was non-existent is a bit harsh, mate.
I think it's a bit harsh to say he couldn't do it outside the box. Shearer would score from inside the box, outside the box, header, left foot, right foot. He did everything.
He could score goals from outside
free
the
kicks,
box.
penalties.
I'm talking about his link-up play. Like, you give him the ball, like.
Is that his job? Huh? Is his job to link up play or score goals?
But you're a footballer, though. I'll give you another example. Like, okay, Darren Bent, when he played for Tottenham, I used to hate watching this guy play. Like,
he was overrated.
Look, listen, I used to hate seeing him with the ball outside the box because he just lose it or just do nothing with it. Like he was terrible in the box.
Yeah, you can say that about him, though, because he didn't get 260 goals.
Well,
That's what you need to say about Darren Banks. He didn't get 260 goals. No one's managed to match it yet.
yeah, but
And let's not forget the goals prior to the Premier League.
people
actually got
don't
more than
glaze
that.
Aaron Bent like they glaze Alan Shearer, and Alan Shearer, in my opinion, is just overrated. Like,
I agree.
you know,
Okay.
overrated.
You're entitled to your opinion. It's a game of opinions, so you're absolutely entitled to your opinion. Okay, you agree, but you're gonna have to name someone else, Triller.
You know who I think's overrated? You know who I think's overrated?
Go for it, man.
I think Henri's overrated.
Yes.
I think Henri's overrated.
Hey, listen, bro. I ain't being funny.
I've been we've had this argument for the last 2 years.
Anybody watching and anybody who will watch has just laughed at you at the same time as I did. But carry on, man.
And then
This would
and
be
then they're
interesting.
okay. And then they're gonna. What can they say when I say he's just a glorified speedboat?
It means you don't know football. Clearly.
Nah, man, take the pace away. What's this guy got?
Take
This
that
guy-
place away. What's he got? Tumbleweeds, exactly. He's got nothing. He's got no skill. He's got
Salah's losing his
nothing.
pace. Salah don't use his pace no more. Salah don't really use. Salah's a
Yes,
great
he
passer of the
does.
ball.
Yes, he does.
He's
He
got
uses
great
pace
vision.
to get into space. Yes, he does. He's still
He's
got
got
the
great
pace.
vision, great movement. Like Henry, to me, like he's a very good player. I'm not saying. I wouldn't even say Henry's as bad as Shearer. Shearer, the first one that comes to my head when I think overrated. But Henry, I just think the way you lot rate him makes him overrated. He was a good
It's not
player.
just us lot. It's not just us lot. He's actually considered the best ever player in the Premier League, mate. And that's not by just
Not by
Arsenal
no
fans,
Liverpool
but-
fans.
Okay.
Not by no Liverpool fans.
No, not by you. not by you. And maybe Tottenham fans, which you can understand. But definitely an outrageous one. I'll move on. Tiny.
I'll go Michael Carrick.
Ooh,
Michael Carrick. Really? Interesting.
I would
Okay.
have taken Michael Owen, but Michael Carrick, bloody hell, all right.
I didn't really rate him. He obviously done a lot of the dirty work, but personally, I don't think he was as good as people make out.
He was just a metronome, wasn't he? He was just one of the players that made stuff tick, and like it's the Gareth Barry bracket. Do you know what I mean? Like he was
Yeah.
overrated as well. Like just for making all the appearances. Do you know what I mean? Anyone could just Jordan Henderson, another one, get the ball, pass side to side.
No. Don't talk about Jordan like that. Don't talk about Jordan.
I'll talk about Jordan Henderson however I want to talk about it. He's a man.
He's a great player, man.
You know what Henderson
He
got
He
lucky
was Henry
with?
overrated, but
he had
Jordan Henderson a
Mane.
great player.
Yeah.
Henderson
You're
had
doing well,
Mane
you're doing
and
well
Salah,
today,
yeah?
Triller.
That you just have to hit the ball into the area, and them two are always gonna win it. You know them ones.
Jordan Henderson did all the groundwork. Yeah, he made that team great.
Now he was definitely a good leader, but in terms
He's
of
the engine.
like,
He's the engine.
football-
Just like how you look. Like I
Yeah,
can't.
but
Like
that-
another player. See Man United. I don't like
go
your
on.
team, but see like your great team like Beckham, Scholes, Giggs, Keane in the midfield. Like I can see why Keane was important to you, even though I don't think he was a great player. He was the engine. Like he got everything running.
But that's
like
standard
Jordan
procedure
Henderson.
for a footballer. I can't rate you for running, bro. What kind of
But you rate Roy Keane. I'm sure you rate Roy Keane. I'm sure you rate Roy Keane.
I don't. He's another one I think that's overrated. Like,
okay, then we got the same. We got the same. Maybe it's because Henderson did it for my team, and my team was successful. I can't say nothing bad about him. I can say this. I can say what you're saying about Roy Keane. About. I can say what you're saying about Henderson about Roy Keane. I can't say it about Henderson.
Yeah, he's definitely a good leader, but in terms of footballing ability and that, dead food. Nah, man.
My rates and Henderson for running, but Henry for running. You hate him. I don't understand. But anyway, who you going with, Blunt? Yeah, who you going with?
I agree that I think, like, just that Michael Owen wasn't as good as Robbie Fowler. I think Michael Owen was slightly overrated, but the longevity of his career, he was shattered. But Jamie Carragher, one of the most overrated players that's ever pulled on a pair of football boots.
Does anyone rate him?
If he was as good as he says he was, he would have played more for England.
Jack of all
No, but he
trades,
wouldn't have
master
to
of none.
say it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so when England got the best defensive coach in the world, why did he call up Jamie Carragher?
Who's the best defensive coach in the world?
I can't. Yeah.
When England got Fabio Capello as the England manager, why did he want to call? Why did he go and call Jamie Carragher?
Probably injuries, mate. If I'm honest, I'm
It's
sure that could be a reason.
It's good to have in the changing room for the talking. And
I saw a video today, Trilla. I saw a video today with Xabi Alonso and Carragher was going to him.
Xabi Alonso said, and Carragher said,
yeah.
Xavi, you're great. And then Xabi Alonso said, yeah, you're a pundit.
He asked him, though, he was asking him, am I great? He goes, no, you're a pundit. I was like, no, you just done it dirty there, man. Oh, man. But I'm going to give an overrated player. I'm going to give an overrated player, and I'll surprise everyone. It's actually an Arsenal player that I'm going with as well, and considered an Arsenal legend. But even back then, I did think he was overrated, and that's Freddie Ljungberg, man. I don't know what it is with him. I just feel like he was very basic.
Yeah,
he got into his timing was good. He'd get into the right spaces in the right time. But he wasn't a good footballer. He just wasn't. I don't think he was.
Freddie Ljungberg reminds me of Frank Lampard.
Whoa,
the same kind of player.
Hey, don't talk about the Pele from Romford, man. Don't talk about the Pele from Romford. I'm seeing Ray Parlour on the story. The Pele from Romford was a baller. Baller. Scores in finals and everything.
Freddie Ljungberg and Frank Lampard remind me of the same kind of player. Like, it's only because they scored goals, but their footballing ability.
I think Ljungberg is less than Lampard. I think Lampard got more footballing ability than Ljungberg. Ljungberg was his touch was terrible as well, and he had no skill. He's a winger. He got no skill, none at all.
Like, I hate the. You see, like when you see like Scholes or Gerrard spray the ball, I hated watching Frank Lampard try to spray the ball. It's just like he toe-punted it across the pitch, like
I know.
But he got 178.
But he got 178 goals from the centre of midfield, didn't he? So he was doing something
deflections. A lot of deflections and a lot of penalties.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna end by saying this. I'm gonna end by saying this. One thing definitely not overrated. Don't gas the badge, which will be back on Tuesday with me and JD. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and all the rest. Thanks to everyone. Blunt, JD, Tiny Godfather, and Trilla. I will see you next week. Don't gas.